I'm in conference. Yeah. Put your headset on, please. Weaving back and forth on their pace lap is the most closely contested of classes among all the 22 here at the Champion Sparkplug Road Racing Classic. This is Formula Ford, a late outgrowth of the Formula V division. The Formula Vs that we saw on WTBS last Saturday in a real thriller. These Formula Fords, like the Vs, use carefully monitored production-based engines with only limited engine modifications allowed. But David, in this class, the suspension is much freer design, as is the bodywork and the general configuration of the car. This is more of a pure racing car.
These are pure racing cars. In Europe, they race with street tires. Here in America, they race on racing slicks, but they're a very small section tire, and they use steel road wheels. But the suspension's all racing, and just look at them weaving in there, trying to get some temperature in those tires today, because this is going to be one cutthroat race. The entire field is covered by about 2 seconds covers the main portion of it. But of course there are something like 39 starters.
This is going to be a thriller, to be sure. The close monitoring of the engines and the very limited modifications allowed in that department ensures close racing. All of the top 12 cars are within 2 or 3 horsepower of one another in engine output. And on the pole for Formula Ford is Bob Lobenberg of Lafayette, California, in an ADF Mark II. He's the Northern Pacific champion, and he has 7 victories coming to Road Atlanta this season. Kip Laughlin of McLean, Virginia, in a PRS will start on the outside pole in car number 9. Dave Weitzenhof, the 1977 and the defending national champion, in a Zinc, will start 3rd, car number 67. Weitzenhof, 38 years old today. 4th, Rob Montgomery of Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania, in a Van Diemen number 20. In row number 3, Tony Kester of Beverly Shores, Indiana, in a Crosley number 88. And Chip Ganassi of Pittsburgh in a Crosley, car number 10. Starting 7th, Kim Campbell of Irving, Texas, driving a Lola, car number 12. And 8th, number 19, Dave Knapp of Manteca, California, in a PRS. The night starter is Brian Goodwin in car number 4. Gary Hackbarth in 96 will start 10th. Tom Davey in the 11th position from Tenafly, New Jersey, is a twice national champion in the Super V division, now competing in Formula Ford. The Datsun pace car pulls to pit road as 39 Formula Fords come down the hill looking for the green flag after they exit turn number 12. On your left, Lobenberg. On your right is Laughlin. On the front row, 39 of them raging down towards turn number 12, hard on the throttle and coming to get the green flag. Bob Lobenberg inside of the screen, car number 17 to the right, cuts across the racetrack, and he has the lead coming through turn number 1. Jostling for position.
I was just going to say, have you seen jostling for position? Have you seen that one? Look for the blue and yellow car, number 0, in the middle of the pack there. He started off in 12th place. That's young John Paul Jr. His father races successfully in IMSA racing in a Porsche 935. And John Paul lives here in Atlanta and has done a lot of practice here on Road Atlanta. And he could be.
Bob Lobenberg is in front. Kip Laughlin in car number 9 is the 2nd place car. And these cars string out rather quickly.
Well, they string out through those corners. Of course, this is the one thing that NASCAR demo is trying difficult. You just can't really take these corners in 2 or 3 abreast like you can. Look, but there they're having a go. You know, they line up before and after, of course, and they're really getting stuck in, these guys.
Car number 17, the pole sitter Bob Lobenberg, won the pole by 30/100ths of a second over Kip Laughlin, the 2nd place car. Dave Weitzenhof from the green and orange machine is 3rd, car number 67. That is just the way they qualified as they sort them out in the backstretch on lap number 1 of the Formula Ford National Championship race. Close battle for 2nd. That is Weitzenhof to the left.
Wheel to wheel, threw that thing flat out, right up to the bridge before they have to brake.
And Weitzenhof has the 2nd spot. Here is Lobenberg coming down the hill. Weitzenhof in the 2nd position. Around to complete lap number 1 of the Formula Ford National Championship race. In 3rd is Dave Knapp, who started in the 8th position. Dave Knapp has moved up to 3rd position as the leader rolls through turn number 1 and up the hill. Lobenberg, Weitzenhof, and Knapp. That in itself is quite a drive, David, through traffic. And here is John Paul Jr. on pit road.
Well, he's getting out of the car, so he feels his race is run. What a disappointment for him, a local boy. He's only 19 years old and has extremely fast drives. He drives his car in some of the long distance races. So he's out. What a race we're having here for him. We're told it's not car zero in the pits, it's somebody else. So John Paul Jr. is still out there with a chance, though he is dropping back in the field.
We're told that was 25 Hunter. Pick it up. Front three cars in tight formation. Dave Knapp has moved to the second position. An incredible drive. He started in 8th position in this heavy traffic, has gone to second, and here's the move by Weitzenhof going to the outside. Dave Weitzenhof, twice national champion, and the defending champ is looking for the lead.
3 abreast through that dip.
Lobenberg will lead them down the hill. Knapp in the yellow automobile is second. That green and orange machine is that of Dave Weitzenhof. Fierce infighting, battling back and forth. 4th place car, Kip Laughlin.
Dave Knapp going to the outside there, but only losing 2 places as he puts the wheel right off the road here at turn 1. Streaming through turn 3. Dave Knapp now dropped back to 4th place. Weitzenhof second.
You can't bump and bang with these like you can with production cars and sedans. You get 2 of those wheels caught together, somebody is going for a tumble. So you must maintain your space, but they are not maintaining much of it.
No, they are not. But if you touch them sideways, it's okay. But if you get them locked fore and aft, you can have a very violent launching pad there. They string out like that into single file, obviously to get the best advantage of the draft. And of course, at the end of the straight, you'll see them bomb burst rather than aerobatic air display team. Look at them following the leader there, all trying to stay in that draft. There goes Loughlin.
Bob Lobenberg's at the front of the field. Weitzenhof, ooh, tense move. That's number 19. The yellow car is Dave Knapp. He is going back for it again.
And he touched wheels there, definitely touched wheels with Lobenberg.
That drop kicks Lobenberg back to 3rd. Weitzenhof gets the lead. Knapp is in 2nd. Lobenberg is 3rd.
He got Lobenberg's attention. I should think his heart rate's gone up about twice.
Unbelievably, the way these cars could just kick back and forth across the racetrack with such force.
Very, very precise cars, these. Some of the best handling cars there are. There's car number 29.
Walt Stewart is off the course at Crosley, and another car has come into the tire wall.
Rick Anderson from Anaheim, California, so he's come a long way for nothing. There's Dave Knapp in the lead from Lobenberg. Ooh, Weitzenhof right behind them as they swerve into turn 5. A very crucial corner here because it's uphill out there. These are the cars that haven't got a lot of power. They've all got 1000cc Ford engines, and they're quite a struggle up that hill. Lobenberg taking a go at Dave Knapp in the front there as they go into turn 6.
And another close call. Up at turn number 7 and coming out of the back straightaway. Knapp in front. Lobenberg is 2nd. Weitzenhof is 3rd. The 4th place car is Kip Laughlin.
So the first 7 cars there covered by literally particular watch.
Another car out of the course and having a bit of a problem.
Bob Goldenier from Hadley, Maryland. In at Crosley, and they're coming around that fast swerve.
Weitzenhof, right side of your screen, in green and yellow. Lobenberg's blue car, number 17, was the pole sitter. Weitzenhof, the defending national champion. In 3rd is Kip Laughlin, car number 9. The 19 of David Knapp. The yellow machine has been kicked back to the 4th spot. The brake formation for turn number 1.
Weitzenhof leading through turn 1, I believe. Weitzenhof, Lobenberg.
Kip Laughlin in 3rd. Number 19 of Knapp in 4th. And Chip Ganassi is red car number 10 in the 5th position.
Spreading out. Ooh.
Ouch. That has got to hurt. Steve Ice of Denver, Indiana. His Lola will be parked ingloriously behind the guardrail. Formula Ford racing is racing of inches. Inches apart.
Now this first bunch, he shouldn't have broken draft maybe quite that soon, although it seemed to work okay. This first bunch is so busy worrying about themselves that there's a whole new bunch of about 9 cars there making ground on them. So this first race for 7 places is going to suddenly turn into a race for 17.
Weitzenhof on the right side of your screen moving on Lobenberg, and he takes the lead again. And Chip Ganassi, the red car, number 10, moves up into the 3rd position.
And Lobenberg gets squeezed back to 6th.
And here comes that second pack, closing as the front runners battle for the lead. That second pack, if they keep the draft, can close in. Ganassi, left side of your screen, the red automobile, bids for the lead and takes it to turn 1. Lobenberg is in the 2nd spot, and this time Weitzenhof gets kicked back to 3rd.
And Ganassi has made his way through that front train right from 8th place up to the front here. So he's chiseled away and now takes the lead, but I don't expect he'll be holding it for very long.
Chip Ganassi from Pittsburgh, the Northeast Regional Champion, only his 3rd year of racing, but he has 5 victories in 1980 coming to Road Atlanta.
Chip Ganassi is only 22 years old. He's a young hot shoe and no doubt has plans, has aspirations to go into Grand Prix racing. And this is the sort of class, Formula Ford is the class that most Formula One drivers come from. Formula One Grand Prix drivers.
Ganassi leads them out of turn number 7 and gets off the course.
Ganassi putting the wheel over the edge there.
Lobenberg closes in. And heads the run down the straightaway.
Lobenberg does seem to have good power. Kip Laughlin there swerving round. Weitzenhof trying to take away 2nd place from Ganassi as they go around that long sweeping right-hand bend. Ganassi right behind Lobenberg there.
Ganassi lines up Dave Knapp with him on the right side of the screen against Lobenberg and Weitzenhof on the left side as they form up the draft and head underneath the Watson Bridge and down to start finish. This is Lobenberg in front. Ganassi is 2nd, Weitzenhof 3rd.
Knapp 4th.
Down to turn 1. Front 5 continue to dicker and dice for those positions. Ganassi on the inside will beat Lobenberg out of the turn and almost gets off the course again.
Got a bit wide and Lobenberg retook 1st place away. So the position changed twice there in about 50 yards. Weitzenhof takes away 2nd place from Ganassi. And Knapp is coming around the outside of Ganassi. Wheels within centimeters there.
5th place car. Kip Laughlin, the outside pole sitter. Don't count him out. This is Bob Lobenberg, 29 years old, from Lafayette, California, in an ADF, the Northern Pacific champion. Chances are he has not raced against, lost it, sorry. Out of turn number 7, Lobenberg leads Weitzenhof, the defending national champion. Chip Ganassi, the red car, looks to the inside and makes his move. He is all alone, though, David. He's out of the draft if he stays there.
He's out of the draft, but he's dropped back into it. And Dave Knapp is right behind him, and he has a go around Ganassi. Ganassi goes around Weitzenhof. Knapp's blocked out as they come up to this right-handed. Knapp going right to the other side of the track. Have a go around the outside.
Knapp shut off Kip Laughlin, the black car. One goes off the course.
Knapp was on the grass there, well and truly on the grass, but didn't even lift off for a second.
4th place car off of the grass. That was Knapp. He and Weitzenhof came together and were coming down over the Dotson Bridge and towards turn 12. Lobenberg the leader. Ganassi in 2nd. Weitzenhof in 3rd. Knapp in 4th. And the 5th place car is Kip Laughlin.
Lobenberg pulling over to the inside to try and break the draft there, and also knowing that the inside line was better for turn 1 anyway. That's the sort of move he definitely wants to start pulling on the last lap.
2 cars have joined that lead group. In 6th is Gary Hackbarth, car number 96. And also pulling up into that position is Arnstein Loning of Portland, Oregon, who is in the 7th position. So it becomes a 7-car lead scuffle.
Gary Hackbarth qualified 10th, so he's done pretty well to break away from the group that he was in and get up with this lead group.
Formula V and Formula Ford, 2 classes that are very close in concept, closely restricted engines. Limitations on horsepower, and that has produced the most competitive racing of the weekend. Here in Formula Ford, the pole sitter Bob Lobenberg leads a gaggle of cars down the back straightaway. Chip Ganassi in 2nd, Dave Weitzenhof in 3rd, David Knapp. The 4th place car, Kip Laughlin in 5th, and in that same group, Gary Hackbarth and Arnstein Loning. 7 cars racing for the lead.
Only a tick of a watch away, but you could be the difference between first and seventh here. Dave Knapp again going to the outside. That was Ganassi having a really sharp move on Dave Knapp there. And someone's peeling off, going right down pit lane. But he came back across those speed jumps.
That was Loning using up, or excuse me, that was Lobenberg using up all the racetrack.
He certainly did use up all the racetrack.
Cutting to the left, the yellow car, Dave Knapp, number 19, looking for second spot against Chip Ganassi in the red car, number 10. And that allows Lobenberg to open up the biggest lead of this race.
Well, he did that by going down, taking a bit of a chance, going down the pit entry and shutting across those speed bumps, which are pretty unpleasant, but look what it did for him.
Lobenberg.
Now watch everybody else do it, that's the thing.
Lobenberg drives an ADF, one of the most expensive chassis in Formula 4. He is leading. Car number 19, Dave Knapp, is driving a PRS, another largely hand-built car. Ganassi's car is a Crosley, first of the really manufactured cars in this field. Into turn 6 at the south end of the race course, and coming to the long 5,000-foot straightaway, using up just every inch of the racetrack.
As you can see, they're pretty skinny tires. They don't have a lot of power, and it's just a case of driver sheer skill and, of course, a lot of daring.
Ganassi on the left side of your screen, and they go 3 wide once again. Knapp gets caught in the middle, and he will lose second spot.
Knapp could well go from second to about seventh here.
Weitzenhof goes to second, Ganassi to third, and back to fifth goes Knapp as they hit the dip and come to the end of that long back straightaway. Out from under the bridge. Weitzenhof, the second place car. Kip Laughlin is third as they come to start finish. Well, that bold move by Lobenberg gave him a lead that no one has quite been able to catch up with.
Of course, that'd just suit him fine. If he could break the draft, that'd be the best thing for him to happen today.
Moving up into second on that last exchange was Kip Laughlin, the outside pole sitter. Dave Weitzenhof is third. And they have issued a warning to Lobenberg by giving him the full black flag, telling them that if he cuts across those pit bumps again, they're going to bring him in and talk to him about it for a while.
So I've no doubt he'll save it to the last lap. The thing is, will everybody else cut across it?
Formula Ford, and out into the dirt goes Lobenberg, and everybody plays follow the leader.
Well, if Lobenberg can keep that gap up, he's in Fat City, because he's keeping out of all that melee. They're going to get in each other's way. And this is the place we're just coming up that fast right-hand sweep where everybody does all that chopping and changing. And with him at the head of the queue, with no one around him, he just might be able to make a little bit more ground here.
Well, 10 car lengths in a class as competitive as Formula Ford is an immense lead. As Kip Laughlin cannot close. Laughlin, number 9, the second place car.
Knapp around the outside again. Tires locking up there. Ganassi having to stand on his brakes to avoid running into the back of Kip Laughlin. Lobenberg still with that pretty useful lead. Ooh. Gets a bit squirrely on the braking for turn 1. These cars wouldn't have to brake an awful lot for turn 1.
Now the drivers behind Lobenberg, they might have been watching some of your call of the NASCAR racing on television, because they have gone to single file to hold that draft, and they are catching the leader.
They are indeed. Of course, these guys have got a lot of sense, you know, when they know that there's a few laps to go yet, and there's no the leader at this stage is meaningless, but there's no point in getting left out either. And they've got to work together to keep themselves in contention, and then it's really the gloves are out, the gloves are off on the last lap.
Last year, in an incredible finish, Dave Weitzenhof benefited from a last lap shunt between Dennis Firestone and Greg Atwell at turn 11, just 2 turns from the finish line, and Weitzenhof became the national champion.
Well, Weitzenhof was trying to investigate the ground here, then he went right off the road there at turn 6 and got a bit squirrely, but he seems to be back on the road again now.
And there goes Chip Ganassi to the left. A move to the right up the front of the pack by Kip Laughlin, and let's see who's got the lead coming down the straightaway as they break formation once again. Ganassi and Weitzenhof moves up again into the third spot. This is Laughlin with the lead. Lobenberg second, Ganassi is third. Dave Knapp at 19 will be fourth. As they head back to turn 1, Kip Laughlin will lead a lap of the Champion Spark Plug Road Racing Classic, and Lobenberg takes it back in turn 1. Weitzenhof is third. In the fourth position is car number 19. That's the yellow machine of Dave Ammon. And moving into fifth is car number 10, Chip Ganassi. Did I say that?
22
is Loning. Into the backstretch, and Weitzenhof puts two wheels out in the dirt as Lobenberg has reappropriated the lead. In second is Kip Laughlin. That's the way they qualified. Dave Weitzenhof in third. In fourth now, the eighth qualifier, Dave Knapp. And in fifth, Chip Ganassi. Off course briefly is Harry McKenna from Manchester, Missouri in Alola. Ooh, incredibly close.
Joining that group now is car number 22, which is Arnie Loining, who qualified 13th. So he has also been making surreptitious ground up through this field to tag on to this lead group.
Heading for turn one, there's Lobenberg, your leader. Dave Knapp in the second spot. Dave Weitzenhof in third. Coming up the hill, sort of like a freight train snaking through the mountains. Chip Ganassi has moved to the third spot. In the Crossley, the red number 10 machine. And Weitzenhof is back to fourth position.
Ganassi, Weitzenhof. You can never rest easy in these races because although Lobenberg and there's Weitzenhof doing that again. He did that last time round, and that won't be doing that left side suspension too much good. And of course, there's always the risk that you might give yourself a puncture.
There goes Ganassi to the left side again. That's been his favorite passing point, but nobody is out there to draft with him.
No. Ooh, and they touch wheels there. Knapp again, touching wheels with Ganassi and with Weitzenhof.
Looked like more than sparks flew that time.
Adrenaline really flowing now as they come to the drawing. Well, they've got 5 laps to go, but they're getting down to the wire.
This is the epitome of what you would call cut and thrust racing.
Absolutely. This is the road race's answer to NASCAR. I mean, this is close racing in very, very difficult conditions.
Strictly controlled rules, equally prepared cars, no more than 2 or 3 horsepower. Differentiate any of the 7 cars in this lead pack. Bob Lobenberg of California is the leader, the Northern Pacific divisional champion. Dave Weitzenhof is second, the defending national champion. Chip Ganassi, car number 10, in the third position out of Pittsburgh. In fourth, Dave Knapp from California. And in the fifth spot, Kip Laughlin from Virginia.
Sixth is Loining, 7th is Hackbarth, and 8th is
what number?
88.
88, Tony Kester.
These entry lists have got nobody in them.
Keep going, keep going. Bob Lobenberg has close company as Weitzenhof moves up behind, and Chip Ganassi to the left of your screen, all looking for the lead in Formula 4 competition. Lobenberg over the ripple strip and down to turn number 12 to complete the 14th of 18 scheduled laps. 4 to go. Diving to the inside, left side of your screen, the yellow machine is Dave Knapp trying to find his way back to the front of the field. But Lobenberg has the margin.
Dave Knapp seems to like that right-hand side of the road. Whatever corner they're on, that's the side he goes for.
Lobenberg leading, Chip Ganassi in second, Dave Weitzenhof third, Knapp in fourth.
The biggest lead we've seen all day, even from Lobenberg. But he's coming up on some lap traffic. He's about to put a lap on somebody. No no doubt hoping desperately he gets there before they get to this turn. Because however much that back marker tries to keep out of the way, he will take up some valuable road room for somebody.
Lobenberg comes out of the turn alone. They lap by car number 51, Phil Kruger of Fullerton, California. Ganassi in second. Weitzenhof moves to the inside to pass in 67. The green and orange machine. And they're looking for racing room is Knapp and finding none in the yellow car.
Lobenberg enjoying an enormous lead, relatively. And there's been a violent crash.
That is Laughlin, Kip Laughlin, the outside pole sitter.
Dave Knapp trying that the long way around. Will he get the fell black flag? Yes, he will.
That was not Kip Laughlin. Arnie Loning has gone into the guardrail while running in the 6th position.
And violently into the guardrail. Kip Laughlin. Bob Lobenberg now having an enormous lead. Dave Knapp getting the black flag felled at him for trying the pit lane routine.
Second, third, fourth, back to 6th position, all running in tight formation behind leader and pole sitter Bob Lobenberg. Heading toward turn number 6, sharp right-hander. The first of 2 turns that make up the hairpin at the south end of the course. There is Arnie Loning climbing out of his number 22, uninjured.
Considering the speed of the impact, the car doesn't look too bad, and certainly the driver seems to be okay.
Ganassi in second, the red car, number 10 of Crosley. There is Weitzenhof in 67. He goes to the right, and drafting along with him is Dave Knapp. Now Knapp goes all the way to the inside of the racetrack.
Knapp's had a wheel on the grass around this corner 2 or 3 times already in this race. Is he going to do it again? No, he's behind Weitzenhof as they come down the dip. Knapp's in front of Ganassi. Up on the outside, drives Loughlin. Car number 9. Lobenberg certainly seems to have made a big break. I think that spin of Arnie Loning actually just slowed some of these guys up a little bit. And Lobenberg is enjoying a really, really strong lead with only 2 laps to go.
With Formula Ford, this is wrong. A 10-car lead. A runaway.
Is a runaway, and these guys are going to be so desperate to get in front of each other that Lobenberg just could have it made at this stage with 2 laps to go. Because there's going to be an enormous amount of jostling for position amongst these other 5 or 6 cars.
Dave Knapp, the yellow number 19 of PRS, holds the 2nd position ahead of Dave Weitzenhof in a Citation Zinc. In 3rd, Chip Ganassi from Crosley, the red car, number 10. In 4th is Kip Laughlin in a PRS. Six cars, all with a shot at 2nd place. Looking like Amtrak as they roll down the back straightaway. Not for long.
Weitzenhof going around down the right-hand side of Knapp, taking Ganassi with him, who's also taking Now we've got the ambulance in the middle of the track, which is just great. There's somebody else taking the pit line, the high and the fast road. That's Weitzenhof. I expect you'll get the black furled flag. Yes, there it is.
Lobenberg to turn 1. Chip Laughlin, number 9. Ganassi, number 10. 4th place car is Weitzenhof. Knapp is back to 5th. From 2nd to 5th for the lap. That's how close the competition is here. And while they all battle in that 2nd pack, Bob Lobenberg of California is able to open up a sizable margin. Since Formula Ford is probably the most popular of SCCA racing classes in terms of participation, a victory in the national championships can mean quite a few sales next year for the car manufacturers. And that's why you see so many different makes represented in the top 10 and such a fierce battle to put them to the front of the field.
Well, there are many thousands of these Formula Fords racing around the world. And of course, they're all there because the guys that drive them hope that one day they can do what Alan Jones did just a few weeks ago at Watkins Glen and become World Formula One Grand Prix champions.
Right now, there are 6 that are hoping to do what Bob Lobenberg is doing at the moment. and that is disappearing from this field. Now there, the lead car, Laughlin, in that pack tried to break the draft by jumping to the inside without success.
They're all jostling to follow him along, and of course getting in each other's way, something terrible. There on the right side goes Gary Hackbar, who's trying to pull himself up from the back of that group. He's been just lying at the back there. He qualified 10th, and he's now making his move. He's better get on with it because there's only one lap to go, and there's a crash.
2 cars off the course and a hand in the air on the leader.
'19 spun across the line. 96 Hackbar just missed it.
I would say we're going to have to go back and do that in voice, being that that was the last lap.
Got one more lap to go, actually.
We were waiting for the next lap. We thought that would be a hell of a shot.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
No, that was the last lap. To be quite honest, we were all so busy watching the race that nobody bothered to look at the scoring.
I just want the one.
All right, Lobenberg wins it. Laughlin is second. Ganassi is third. Weitzenhof is fourth. And Tony Kester is fifth.
Never have to worry about with Formula 4. In fact, I'd like to see Formula 4 move to Sunday on premiere day because it is a race that just keeps everybody. Bob Julius, it definitely deserves it, and there's certainly a premier race in that.
Right, 19 who spun across the line still wound up 7th. That was Knapp behind Hackbar, who made his move by hacking him and barfing him out of 6th place. I'd say that race will play.
Lobenberg, incidentally, as I understand, I was at Laguna Seca last weekend. I understand that Lobenberg had a big crash at Sears Point a couple of weeks ago.
Bob Lobenberg of Lafayette, California, 29 years old, takes the checkered flag and becomes the SCCA national champion in Formula 4. It is the second time that an ADF machine has won the national championship in this most hotly contested of classes. 8 different marks were represented among the top 10 qualifiers.
When they're ready, do I just go or what? Bob Lobenberg, Formula 4 national champion, division national champion, won every race you've done this year. Have you ever thought about doing this professionally?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, if somebody had come up to me with enough money, I'd like to do it. But right now, David, I'm sure you're aware of when you get into amateur racing, it's a long, hard step into professional racing. But we're going to try to go to the Super V USAC Series next year. And if everything turns out all right, maybe we can repeat again next year.
You seem to have the grip on the field through the whole race, but your first big break came when you did the pit lane maneuver and gained a lot of ground. Was that premeditated, or did you just find yourself out there?
David, to be honest with you, I knew that I had to put some distance between the fellas and myself coming up in the next couple of laps, and I thought the best way to do it would be slam it through under the bridge one time real good. And unfortunately, I couldn't get it back before the tiger teeth in the middle of the road, so I had to take the pit road to keep from crashing. But as it turned out, evidently they hammered on each other so bad, getting up into the bridge is where I noticed it the most, that I thought if I could get a good break, a couple of laps, a good clean qualifying type laps, that I could get away, and it seemed to work out real good.
Well, the most exciting race we've had here today at Road Atlanta so far, and hopefully Bob Lobenberg might get some sponsorship as he's the new national Formula 4 champion. Congratulations, Bob.
And I'd like to say one last thing. Okay. God damn, I'm having a hell of a time trying to thank everybody.